And it's over! He's done it again! Unbelievable!
Oh, straight into the roof of the net.
Nice one.
Straight down the middle. So a good performance from both teams here today.
Hi, I'm Rupha Ramani and you're watching Firstpost. Now, India celebrated some of their top sporting performers for displaying diligence consistently over the years. And we bring you stories of some of those heroes who passed major struggles all through their lives to emerge with top honours. This is true validation of their sweat and toil. The struggles that many face in sports often alienates them. The battles are fought alone. To come out victorious takes more than just physical strength and abilities. Thierry Henry recently came out speaking about being depressed all through his career, something he realized much later. We bring you his story and how he showed his vulnerability. Also, Paris Olympics is around the corner and the Indian hockey team is gearing up to book a place through the Olympic qualifiers that's taking place here in the country. What are the chances of that happening? We will tell you. All that and more lined up in the show today. But first, the headlines in Sports 360. Shreyas Iyer has been called up to be a part of the Mumbai Ranji squad. And this is for the second game onwards at the Ranji Trophy tournament that's underway. It marks his return to the Mumbai 11 for the first time in the Ranji Trophy history since 2018-19 season when he played last. Australia women beat India in last night's T20 match. Hosts India batted first and scored 147 runs in their innings. Australia chased down the target in the 18th over with 7 wickets in hand. Alyssa Healy and Beth Mooney both scored half-centuries. Australia have won the 3-match T20 series with a final score of 2-1. We'll stay with cricket news. Rashid Khan has been ruled out of the Afghanistan squad for the T20 International Series against India. The update comes on the eve of the first match in Mohali. Rashid is recovering from a back injury and is yet to come back strong. He's the most experienced T20 specialist in the squad named. The 3-match series starts tomorrow and ends on the 17th of January. Meanwhile, India's Virat Kohli will be unavailable for the opening match. Coach Rahul Dravid has cited personal reasons for his absence. Moving to badminton, in the Malaysia Open, India's Kidambi Srikanth upset 6-seeded Jonathan Christie of Indonesia. After losing the first game 12-21, Srikanth bounced back to secure a 12-21, 21-18, 21-16 win in the round of 32. Now, India celebrated its heroes. The journey from guts to glory reached the presidential residence as the nation honoured its top-performing athletes with the highest sporting honours. And as each athlete walked up to the podium to receive their awards, the ceremony hall echoed with applauses. It was a reminder of the countless hours of hard work they'd all put in all these years leading up to this moment.
Shri Mohammad Shami. Shri Sheetal Devi. Shri Parul Chaudhary.
Now, who you saw there were just a few of the standout performers from the year gone by, which is 2023. Now, the National Sports Awards is held every year to honour the birth anniversary of Major Dhyan Chand, India's hockey legend. Typically held on the 29th of August, the day that he was born, but it was postponed to this time of the year owing to the Asian Games being held in Hangzhou around the same time. The ceremony was held in India's capital, New Delhi, and there are 6 different awards that have come down over the years. The first award that was established was, of course, the MACA, or the Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad Trophy, which was given on a small scale to athletes who excel in inter-university tournaments. The next, of course, Arjuna Award came about. It's given for consistent performances over a period of 4 years. The Dronacharya Award was established in 1985. It is India's highest sporting honour for coaches. awarded for exceptional guidance and mentorship. The Khel Ratna is the highest sporting award honor for an athlete. It was established in 1991 and was named after Major Dhyan Chand himself, who brought India 3 consecutive Olympic golds in the years 1928, 32 and 36. Legends like Mary Kom, Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni, Sania Mirza and PV Sindhu have been recipients of this prestigious accolade in the years that went by. Next, of course, comes the Major Dhyan Chand Award. It is for lifetime achievement in sports. The Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puraskar, awarded to organizations and individuals for contributions to sports development over the last 3 years. The standout performance, of course, of the year has been that of India's #1 badminton pair, Satwiksairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty, ranked world #2. Currently, they couldn't receive the awards as they are away playing a tournament in Malaysia, but they joined us on Firstpost to express their excitement. Listen in.
First, when we got Arjun Award, then we thought like we should work more hard for the KL Ratna Award. It's not so easy to get to the 2 players, and in doubles event, it's more tough for us. We need to prove very much in the high level to get that KL Award. Luckily, we did really well in Asian Games, so we thought like we have a good chance.
All the previous winners have been trailblazers in their sport. Everybody's probably the best in their sport. So I think it's truly a big honor for us. And I hope it only spurs us to achieve even greater heights.
So when Sathwik said we'll work harder, he was following it to the T. They won the first Asian Games badminton gold for India and also clinched the Asian Championships title and the Indonesia Open Super 1000 title. India, who never had a strong representation in doubles, now boasts of a duo that every opponent in the circuit is scared to face. There were a total of 26 athletes and para-athletes who received the Arjuna Award. The few who stand out here, first of course, is Indian fast bowler Mohammad Shami. It goes without saying he has been impeccable in the last 4 years. Shami's win shouts out, when life knocks you down, this is how you get back up. Fans, of course, flooded social media, pouring in with their wishes. Many of his peers and colleagues too showered him with congratulatory messages. Shami has suffered innumerable setbacks himself on his journey to reach this far.
ये अवार्ड एक यार ड्रीम है कि पूरी लाइफ में नहीं मिल पाते हैं, लेकिन ये अवार्ड मिल रहा, बहुत खुशी की बात है. प्राउड फीलिंग है एकदम. लाइक ऐसा होता है कि हाँ एक सपना देख रहे हैं, तो वो बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है. एक फ्यूचर में लोग, मैं क्या कोई भी लोग, पूरी ज़िंदगी निकल जाती है, हम लोग अवार्ड्स को देखते रह जाते हैं, मिलते नहीं. तो ये तो एक ड्रीम की तरह है. पार्ट ऑफ द गेम है यार. इंजरी होना नहीं होना, थोड़ा सा टाइम लग जाना, लेकिन सबसे बड़ी चीज़ ये है कि जो फैंस का जो प्यार मिला है, जो पब्लिक ने प्यार दिया है, वो सर आंखों पे है. और कोशिश यही रहती है कि जितना जल्दी हम ग्राउंड पे जा सके, जितना जल्दी हम कम बैक कर सके, अपनी टीम के लिए भी अच्छा और खुद के लिए भी अच्छा है.
The poise, of course, shows that doesn't really tell you the kind of turbulent phase that he went through, especially in his personal life, as well as a number of injury concerns that kept him sidelined on the professional front. A knee surgery almost ended his career. After a strained relationship with his wife, he was booked in 2018 and Shami's contract with the BCCI was withheld. But the brightest days in life overshadows the darkest nights, and he fought through it all to have one of the best World Cup campaigns by any Indian bowler. And when we talk of overcoming struggles and the shadows in life, no one could have faced more than world #1 para archer Sheetal Devi.
Devi.
Her story is one which is filled with grit and determination. And we spoke about her here on Firstpost. Sheetal was born with a rare medical condition and is the only international para-archery champion without arms. The 16-year-old etched her name in record books by claiming 2 golds and a silver medal at the Para-Asian Games just last year. Next on her target, of course, is the Para-Olympics. One of her main challenges was to gather funds for her training camps and the events over the years. Her progress has been nothing short of extraordinary. And speaking of extraordinary, brings me to Parul Chaudhary. 2023 was a dream run for her. 1 gold medal and 1 silver at the Asiad. 1 gold medal and 1 silver medal in Asian athletics. She specializes in the most physically demanding events, which is steeplechase. Running from barefoot in a remote village in Meerut, training hard there to now the global stage. It's not just a mere run, but a sprint towards her humble ambition, that of just getting a post in UP Police Department. It was her relentless pursuit that transformed a simple aspiration into a trailblazer of success. I could go on and on. Each awardee holds a unique story. The few names here are just some who have managed to inspire so many athletes around the world, in the country as well, to try and doing things that we believe are impossible. Now, it's tough for anyone to come out and show their vulnerable side. There's that fear of being judged. It's more so for people who are in the public eye. Sportspersons have a persona, an image that they need to fuel and maintain. They're seen as heroes and idols who are fighters and winners. They are powerful and strong, so showing that they have weakness is not an option. But things are changing, with some athletes being brave enough to come out with illnesses and issues that have plagued them all through their career, making them more real and relatable. Being at the top of your game at all times with the same rate of success isn't easy, and sport is a lonely place, like many have admitted. The latest, of course, is Thierry Henry, a World Cup winner. That's how we have always seen Thierry to be. He's come out saying he feels he was depressed and realized that just recently. There were times he would cry all day, he says. His revelation has brought to focus the issue of sports and mental health once again. And the larger question, with the level of competition and the intensity of contests only increasing, do performing athletes have the right support system to grow and shine in a world that's constantly evolving?
When I say Thierry Henry, what comes to your mind? A superstar footballer from France who had a long and illustrious career. A World Cup winner for France, the all-time highest goal scorer for Arsenal. He also went on to become a commentator of the game, an analyst, a very successful footballer. His latest revelation just makes you see him in a new light. Thierry Henry, now 46, has revealed that he was indeed going through depression all through his career. Speaking on a podcast, he said,
"Throughout my career and since I was born, I must have been in depression. Did I know it? No. Did I do something about it? Obviously, no. But I adapted to a certain way. That doesn't mean I'm walking straight. But I'm walking. You gotta put one foot and another one and walk. That's what I've been told since I'm young. And it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter your job. You gotta walk. You gotta stand. No matter how the rough the sea is, whatever it is, you gotta stand and walk. And people have a way harder life than I had, obviously. But I'm just saying it doesn't matter. You have to get up and walk. So do I realize, because I never stopped walking, then maybe I would have realized, COVID, I stopped walking.
He had a moment of realization during the COVID pandemic, where he caught himself crying all day. And it was all linked to his past, to his constant quest for validation from his father who always critiqued his performances.
I was, isolated in Montreal for a year. Not for a year, I would say, whenever the, 3 months and another 2 months or whatever it was. And not being able to see my kids for a year was tough. Me crying almost every day for no reason. Tears were coming alone. Why, I don't know. But maybe they were there for a very long time. I was crying for everything.
Thierry Henry opened up about his younger days as a footballer. He spoke about one occasion as a teenager. He scored all the goals in his side's 6-0 win, and all his father had to say was that he lost control or that he missed that cross. There was not one word of appreciation. His father was never happy. He realizes now that while those criticisms helped him be a better athlete, he isn't sure if it helped him as a human being. Thierry Henry's honest confession, bearing his true feelings and vulnerabilities, has again opened the door to athletes' state of mind. In a world that's getting more competitive and intense by the day, many athletes have come out in the open and spoken about their shortcomings, like India's Virat Kohli, tennis star Naomi Osaka, gymnast Simone Biles. They have all taken breaks from the sport to give themselves time to heal and come back stronger. Thierry Henry isn't a player anymore, but he is a coach, and his realization and the acknowledgement of his inner struggles will only help him groom kids waiting to make it big the right way, and give them the support system he never had in those crucial growing years. That's the right sort of support system that all high-performance athletes need and require to continue to excel and shine.
The quest for Paris is on in full swing. The Indian men's team have booked their spot by winning gold at the Asian Games. The women are on the hunt. Not just India, but many others, vying for a place to fight for glory at the highest platform. The Hockey Olympic Qualifiers is knocking on our doors. This will be the first major event this year. There are two venues that decided. The Spanish city of Valencia will host one of the two women's Olympic qualifying tournaments, while the other one will be held in India's Ranchi. So which teams are most likely to make it through to Paris, and whose dreams could crash? Everything lined up for you over the next few minutes.
As the Olympic year kicks in, all eyes are on the qualifiers, the last mad dash to make it to the mega sporting event. The stage is set for the women hockey players. Two qualifiers, one in Valencia and the other in the Indian state of Jharkhand at the Marangomke Jaipal Singh Stadium in Ranchi. This one features 8 teams divided into 2 groups. Group A comprises Germany, Japan, Chile and the Czech Republic, while India in Group B is paired with the US, New Zealand and Italy. The top 2 teams from each group then progress to the semis. The finalists automatically qualify for the Olympics 2024, while the losing semi-finalists battle it out for the final spot. It's the same format over at Valencia. Group A has Belgium, Korea, Ireland and Ukraine, and Group B has Great Britain, Spain, Canada and Malaysia. And the qualification rules remain the same. Let's have a closer look at the one close to home. Here in India, the qualifiers in Ranchi will start off on the 13th of January. The Indian women will face the US first. After the heartbreaking bronze at the Asiad, the Indian Eves turned the tide at the Asian Champions Trophy. They ran riot on the field and showed that dwelling in losses is not part of their ethos. Coach Yannick Schopman since then has been quick in making the tweaks and the final touches to prep the girls. The familiarity of the venue will also come into play.
I think so. I think when we first came here, the girls felt a lot of pressure with playing in front of a home crowd. But I do think that it's one of the privileges as a national hockey player or sports player that you can play in your own country in front of your home crowd. And we have to embrace it. We have to enjoy it. I think the Asian Champions Trophy learned that they can an immense power behind us when they cheer for us, when they support us. So I do think that the crowd can be a game changer.
Schopman took charge as India's head coach in January 2020 and has led India to a landmark 4th place in the Commonwealth Games for the first time in 16 years. So the pressure to qualify is immense, something the captain of the squad, Savita Punya, acknowledges.
बिल्कुल हम अपनी पूरी तैयारी के साथ आए हैं और काफ़ी अच्छी हमारा ट्रेनिंग सेशन रहा, काफ़ी जो स्पेन टूर था काफ़ी अच्छा रहा, तो हम वेल प्रिपेयर्ड हैं टूर्नामेंट के लिए.
डेफिनेटली ये क्वालिफाइंग राउंड जो है हमारे लिए बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है और पूरे देश के लिए हमने पिछली 2 बार क्वालिफाई किया है और इस बार भी हमारा उतना ही रहेगा कि हम इस बार भी क्वालिफाई करें और अपने देश का नाम रोशन करें. और ओपोनेंट का देखा जाए तो सारे ओपोनेंट हमारे लिए इक्वल है और बहुत ही अच्छे ओपोनेंट्स हैं, हम उनको बहुत सीरियसली ले रहे हैं. ये जो हमारा स्ट्रैटेजी पीछे रही है उसी सेम स्ट्रैटेजी से हम खेलते हैं और हाँ डेफिनेटली जहाँ हमारी वीकनेसेस हैं हमारे कोचेस उस चीज़ पे वर्क करते हैं तो हमें ग्राउंड पे बताते हैं, हम उसको फॉलो करते हैं. हमारे कई सेट प्ले चेंज हुए हैं जो कि हम अभी आने वाले टूर्नामेंट में दिखाएंगे.
In the absence of the former vice-captain Vandana Kataria, who has been ruled out of the qualifiers due to an injury, a lot will depend on Savita and young stars like Sangeeta Kumari and Salima Tete. In this high-stakes tournament, even the smallest error could turn out to be a fatal one, not just for India, but any team. Germany, who won silver at the Tokyo Games in 2021, are the top-ranked side in the tournament. They could be the one to derail India's Olympic dreams. But the very first challenge for India is the USA. and Shopman is not underestimating any of the opponents they'll face.
Look, I think every team can pose a threat here. Look, everyone plays all or nothing. It's like, you have one chance and this is it and you have to be ready. So every team will fight for that chance. So it doesn't really matter. I think every team will come with that mindset to say, look, we just need one surprise, we just need one upset and we're there. So I'm not so busy with the other teams, I'm really busy with ourselves. We need to perform, we need to play, and then let's see what happens, because I can't predict outcomes, but I do really hope that we can perform ourselves, and when we perform ourselves, we're a good team and we're tough to beat.
Team USA, which ranks 15th in the world, also enters the qualifiers, are also armed with strategic tactics, studying playing styles of their opponents.
Well, our preparation for any game is kind of the same. Obviously, we look at tactics and maybe change things for each team. But I think going into the tournament, we're really focused on taking everything one game at a time, one step at a time, and 3 seconds at a time. So, yeah.
And it's strange that this is the first matchup. 2 years ago, India beat the US to qualify for the Tokyo Games. Interestingly, it was Shopman who was coaching the US team. Now she finds herself at the helm of coaching the Indian side. In this twisted fate of events, the question arises: can she turn the tables and achieve with India what eluded her with the US 2 years ago?
Now we're almost at the end of the show, so on Last Serve today, we get you something first of a kind. All eyes are on the AFC Asian Cup hosted by Qatar, and they seem to have taken at least the first right step. Take a look. Well, that's all there is in First Sports right now. Thanks so much for watching our broadcast here today. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did bringing it to you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.